Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, I have absolutely nothing on my face right now. I'm also freezing. It is so cold in my house right now, which is why I have my beanie on. Also, I'm trying to cover up some roots I got going on, so you know. Anyways, so as you can see, I have no makeup on, and that is because today I'm going to be doing a wear test on the SMASHBOX Photo Finish Primer, and I'm going to wear it underneath my Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion foundation, which is like my bae right now. I love this stuff. Okay, so how I'm going to do a wear test on this primer is I'm just going to be applying it to half of my face and then not applying it to the other half of my face so that we can see how it works with my foundation throughout the day. I also do have normal to drier skin. It really depends on the day. Recently my skin has been a little bit more dry. Sometimes I can feel like a little bit of oil in here, but recently it hasn't been like that at all. Like I haven't felt like anything. I don't feel like I've been getting very shiny or anything like that. So it's been definitely on the drier side recently. Now, granted, I don't get dry patches or anything like that, so we can't really be looking for that. But sometimes my foundation does sit, it feels like my nose may get a little bit dry in here, and my foundation sits weird on top of it, so we'll see if my primer helps with stuff like that. So here it goes. I have not tried this at all yet, and I've been wanting to. I've had it on my shelf to try for this video for such a long time. So I think that it'll go well with this foundation. Now, if this video turns to crap because the makeup just doesn't work well together, it may not be the primer's fault, and it won't be the foundation's fault either. It could just be that this primer and this foundation aren't meant to work together. So we're kind of taking a chance trying this primer and this foundation out together. But I did choose this foundation intentionally because I do think that this foundation will work well with this primer, but I could be wrong. So let's just say take everything in this video with a grain of salt. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that to half my face just using my fingers. I really want to apply this to my whole face because my whole face is a little bit on the drier side right now. Oh my gosh, it feels so nice. I just want to put this all over my body. Has a little bit of a funky smell, but it doesn't really smell like much. I like to apply my hydrating primers all in my eye area and on my eye and everything because your eyes need to be hydrated too. It's so hard to apply a primer to only half your face, it just feels unnatural. It definitely feels like it's gonna have a little bit of a smoothing effect to it. It also feels very hydrating. It's so nice. If you have dry skin, this is the primer for you. I can just tell you right now. It feels so good. Again, I just applied the product without giving you guys the description or anything, so I'm gonna try to get better at this stuff, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you the description, application details, price, and everything right now. Okay, so it retails for $42. That is pretty pricey for a primer, not gonna lie. That's like a foundation price. I know that the SMASHBOX Photo Finish runs for around $32 or $35 or somewhere around there, so it's a few dollars less. But this, I guess, since they're saying it's like a primer and a moisturizer in one, I guess they felt like they could really shoot the price up on that. Very interesting. It does have hyaluronic acid in it, which I know is supposed to be a key ingredient for keeping the skin hydrated throughout the day. This is just the description. Get primer and moisturizer in one. Primerizer delivers 24-hour hydration. That is a big promise right there. I know, especially for you really dry skin girls and guys. Primerizer delivers 24-hour hydration plus powerful primer benefits in the lightest possible texture. Now that is very true. It does feel extremely lightweight. I don't feel like my skin is greasy or it wasn't thick going on or anything like that. It does feel very lightweight. It was created in our LA photo studio to instantly increase moisture by 127% and prep skin for makeup in one step. This This non-greasy, I agree with that, it's non-greasy. Quick dry, definitely is quick drying. It feels like it's pretty much already dry on my face. Formula acts as a makeup magnet that locks on foundation and makes it last. Okay, so that's a big promise, especially with the, in combination with the Laura Mercier Flawless Foundation. That's a pretty big promise, especially with the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation, because this one is already pretty well, like it stays pretty well on its own. So we'll see if this really helps even more with that. That would be like amazing. And then it talks about a study that they did and like all these percentages that 90% said it made their skin feel this way or felt hydrated or whatever. If you want to look it up, it's on the Smashbox website. Fun fact, there's 762 sextillion molecules of water per bottle. That is a lot of water. So definitely this is a water-based primer, which I kind of thought would be the case anyways, which is why I actually chose this foundation, because this is a water-based foundation and typically you want to put water with water, oil with oil, silicone with silicone. So these two should work well together. Apply 1 to 2 pumps to fingertips and smooth over face before makeup. Can be used with or in place of a moisturizer. So if you are like kind of like me, like normal but a little bit on the drier side depending on the weather, I would say that you could probably get away with using this as your moisturizer. However, if you have really dry skin, like dry skin is a real struggle for you, I would not use this as your moisturizer. Like, don't follow the instructions and on that. Go in with your normal moisturizer and just put this on top of it, because I already know for those dry skin girls your skin is just going to eat it up. So just quick tip there. It says it's formulated without parabens, sulfate, something else, oil, fragrance, and talc. I'll try to say this. Phthalates? Oh, girl, I don't know. Also has dimethicone in it, which I know is something that helps keep hydration. And yeah, that's about it. So there's kind of the lowdown on the product. It does recommend you to apply it with your fingers, which I kind of recommend that for any primer that you're using, because that way you can really feel how much primer you're putting on, how it's soaking into the skin, how it's going on, you know, so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and apply our foundation, see how everything blends on top of it. So I'm just pumping this Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Foundation on the back of my hand, and I'm going to go in with my Sephora Pro Core Diffuser Angled Brush. I actually really like this brush for applying foundation. Okay, so definitely already I can tell that I feel like my foundation blended a little bit better on the prime side, that I'm getting a lot more like brush strokes and stuff like that I have to blend out on the unprimed side. And just overall, you know, I can see that my skin looks a little bit more dewy and glowy and plump on this side, and just like a little bit more dull and just not as glowy and healthy, you know, on this side, which this is a matte foundation, definitely. So the fact that my primer is really adding that little bit of glow and just like makes my skin look plump and like healthy, you know, I really like that so far. But that's pretty normal for, you know, applying kind of any sort of hydrating product on your skin before you apply your foundation. So yeah, like that's like noticeable. I mean, look at that. Like the glow that just catches all in here, and then I turn to this side and it's like flat almost. You know, you get a little bit of shine in here, but really for the most part, I mean, just look at all that glow. And I love the way that my skin looks on this side. I definitely do feel that just overall it looks a little bit smoother. It doesn't feel like it's clinging to my skin or to texture as much, so I really like it so far. Am I thinking that it's worth the $42? That I don't know yet. $42 is quite steep for a primer, but now what I'm really curious about is, you know, foundations and primers and everything, sure, it looks great whenever you first apply it, but I want to see how this wears throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? That is really what is going to be, you know, the deciding factor on, is this worth the full $42? So I am going to go apply the rest of my face. I'm also going to go film my Fenty, one of my Fenty looks. I'll link that video in the description box, and I will be right back. Oh my gosh. I just filmed and talked a whole bunch and realized that I hadn't hit record. So we're gonna do this again. Essentially, what I just said was that I am noticing a difference between the prime side of my face and the unprimed side of my face. I'm noticing that everything is a little bit more dewy and glowy, and it looks more like my skin on this side, and everything looks just a little more dull. It doesn't look bad. You know, this is a beautiful foundation, so it doesn't look bad, but everything's just slightly more dull, a little bit less glow, and a little less smooth. Now, this, being that it is a moisturizer and a primer, like those two together make such a big difference. Like your moisturizer makes such a big difference in your makeup routine, and then your primer makes such a big difference in your makeup routine. So to have both of them in one, it's making a huge difference on this side, I really feel. Honestly, right now I'm leaning towards that this is worth the $42. Now, of course, that could change in an hour, or it could change by the end of the day. My feelings could be completely different, but right now I am really enjoying this product, especially for the drier seasons, for someone like me who has normal skin on the drier side. To have a product like this for the drier seasons is, and for it to just be a 2-in-1, like a one and done, I don't have to do my moisturizer and then my primer. This is actually really nice. I'm really liking this, especially since I don't do a full skincare routine in the morning. Most of the time I'll just use my coconut cleansing milk from Sephora if I feel like there's any like residue or anything that I want to clean off my face before I apply my makeup. Having a nice primer and a moisturizer in one for someone like me, that's really nice, and I would definitely say that this is a product for me. Now, everyone has a different routine, everyone has different skin types, so I'm definitely not saying that this is a product for everyone so far, but I'm really liking it. It seems like it would fit really well into my routine, and it's working really well so far. And all my makeup and everything blended beautifully on top of it. So that's how I feel right now. I'm going to switch over to my vlog camera. I'm going to go eat and head to work, and we'll see how this lasts throughout the day. So let's go. What's up, you guys? So this is my second check-in of the day, even though it's like past 10 o'clock at night right now. It's 10:40, and I applied this foundation at probably around 1 o'clock. I forgot to tell you guys that, but I did. I think that it's actually doing pretty well. I'm gonna go over to my bathroom where I can see my mirror a little bit better. Okay, so this isn't the most flattering of lighting, but after closer inspection, I actually am noticing quite a difference in the way that my foundation looks on this side, the primed side, and the way that my foundation looks on the unprimed side. On the primed side, I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit and see if it'll kind of pick up what I'm talking about. Yeah, okay, so this looks really good. So on the prime, this is the prime side. Everything looks pretty dang smooth. My concealer has worn off and creased a little bit underneath. My bad. It's been a long day at work. I've been at work for 7 hours, so over 7 hours. So everything looks pretty smooth on this side, and then as you can see on this side, you're seeing a lot more texture, and like, oh, let me get around here. Whoa, there we go. Like around my nose area, you can tell that it's separated a little bit, and sorry if this is like way too up close. And on this side, I mean, it has separated a little bit, but not quite as much. It still looks pretty nice and smooth, like for the most part, like everything's pretty well in place there still. So I actually am really liking this foundation. Another thing is that I'm noticing minimal creasing on this side, the unprimed side in my smile lines, and I'm noticing like virtually no creasing on this side. Now that is just a big thing whenever it comes to hydrating your skin well before you apply your foundation. Making sure that your skin is hydrated really well before you apply your foundation actually helps it to look better and last longer throughout the day. So the fact that this is a hydrator and a primer in one doesn't surprise me that it has just really worked well with my foundation. I really hate to say it, but I think so far this is my new favorite primer. I've been all about the Smashbox Photo Finish Life forever, and technically this is a photo finish primer, but this is changing the game a little bit. This is like the Primerizer. I don't know. I actually am starting to feel like it's worth the $42. I hate to say it, but that's how I feel. You guys, this mac and cheese is everything. If you haven't tried it, try it. I mean, it is so good. This is all I wanted from life. Hey guys, what's up? So this is my last check-in of the day. It is well past my bedtime. It's 1:40 in the morning. So yeah, this is how my foundation is looking. I'm so ready to take it off. I'm so ready to get ready for bed and go to bed and whatnot. But I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in so that you can see everything up close. So this foundation primer has been a little bit interesting. I really do feel like it has caused my foundation to wear a bit differently. But I feel like overall everything just looks a little bit smoother on this side and a little less smooth, a little bit more textured on this side. Honestly, at this point, my foundation has been on so long that it's just not looking too hot overall. It's worn off quite a bit around the nose area. It's worn off a little bit on my forehead, not on the prime side, but actually on the unprimed side. Just overall, it's worn off more on the unprimed side than on the primed side. So I do really feel that this foundation primer is making a difference. It says that it creates a base for foundation to stick to, and I think that it's staying true to what, you know, it says that it's meant to do. I really do feel like it lives up to what it promises to be. So, you know, with all things makeup, you do have to have realistic expectations for it. It's not a tattoo. It is going to wear off a little bit. It is going to move a little bit, especially when you've been wearing it for 12 hours. So, for a 12-hour wear, this is pretty dang good. I think now we're going on almost 13 hours actually. So yeah, I'm actually pretty pleased with this, and I know actually that I'll be reaching for this product quite a bit. Okay guys, so those are my final thoughts. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that you really enjoy kind of like following me around throughout the day. I know that in this video I wasn't too great about, you know, kind of vlogging a little bit and keeping you up to date, you know, making those small check-ins and stuff like that because my day just kind of got away from me. But I do hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know what products or primers or foundations or whatever, just products in general, what you'd like to see put to the test. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up so that I know that you like it and that I know to keep making more like this. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you get updates on my next videos. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all on Friday. Bye!